Hey ladies and gents, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me for my first and final SAG predictions. They are on the 3rd, so I thought I'd best get on and make my video. Um, for those of you who watch my Oscar predictions video as well, just so you know, I'm filming this back to box, so I'm not dirty. I'm not wearing the same top. Yeah, I wanted to be ahead of the schedule, you see. Anyway, I'm just going to throw us right into it. So, the first three, easy. Almost 100% they're getting nominated. Any of these that don't get nominated will be that one weird marriage story snub that they do. But Child of Chicago 7, it just is getting nominated and it just is winning. There's no doubt in my mind. It's the ensemble film of the year. Everyone in that film's a supporting character. It's got like 8 different characters and all played by pretty famous actors. It's going to get nominated, it's going to win. One Night Enemy is another very ensemble-y film, lots of like strong performing characters, so that's going to get nominated. Matt Rainey Black Bottom has 2 very strong leads and a lot of strong supporting actors, so that's going to get nominated. Number 4 is in Dead Set, but I can easily see The Five Bloods get nominated. Lots of very strong supporting like role. It's like the reason why they nominated Bombshell out of surprise. I mean, fair enough, yeah, Charlize Theron was a lead, but it was 3 actresses who had very similar screen time who gave very strong roles. They like to do that. They like to give it to a film which has like lots of strong roles in. It doesn't matter of like necessarily the whole it's not like Parasite where all the cast just work very well together. If you've got like 3 acting noms in there, you can get the nomination. And with Delroy Lind getting nominated and Chadwick Boseman probably getting nominated, I think it's a very safe number 4. Oh, and would you look at that? If Black Klansman, the last Spike Lee film, can get a performance by a cast nomination at SAG, then Defy Bloods definitely can. I feel pretty strong about Defy Bloods. Number 5 is very kind of up in the air for people. I don't think Manx get nominated. A lot of people think it's a very strong contender, but it feels like the snub. And if you look at the critic circles, Mank hasn't got a single nomination in Ensemble. It's looking really bad for it. And if you remember Marriage Story, it was the same case for that, where it got barely any critic circles nominations and then wasn't there for SAG. It was pretty miserable. It was like Christmas morning. You're waiting for your present that you're so certain you're going to get, and as one by one the presents being given out, you realise it's not happening. So my number 5, I've actually gone for Hillbilly Elegy because it's the out of all the other potential nominees, even though a lot of people think this is a very unlikely potential nominee, it's the most ensemble-y film, and the only other one I can see them maybe going with is The Prom. But so it's a toss-up between Hillbilly Elegy and The Prom. It's like a coin toss chance, but I've gone with Hillbilly Elegy. I've taken the risk, and if Hillbilly Elegy gets nominated here, watch out for the Oscars. It could be a surprise. Okay, Best Actress. I've got Frances McDormand my number 1. If there's one place she can win, it will be here for sure. Golden Globes and BAFTAs kind of have their like bias on what they'll give the award. BAFTAs being like if they're British or not, maybe that can help. Or Golden Globe is maybe the more like fun, upbeat performance, like Taron Egerton being Leonardo DiCaprio. Not that that wasn't deserved, but if we're purely going by the one that most people believe deserves the award the most, and the one that you'd think any other year would be most likely, Frances McDormand. So she's my number 1. 2, 3, and 4, like all the other award shows, Vanessa Kirby, Viola Davis, Carey Mulligan, they could all also win and they definitely get nominated. I believe this is the first of the award shows where I've had Zendaya in my top 5. This seems like the SAG aren't so swayed necessarily by how critically acclaimed the film is. And if Zendaya is great, it won't matter whether people love or hate Malcolm Ray. As long as everyone can agree that she's great in it, they will nominate her. They are something the SAGs are quite good at is nominating someone just because the performance is great, not so the politics around it, which I really appreciate. So I think Zendaya is pretty in there. Film actor, Chadwick Boseman's winning here. I'm fairly certain. This will be the big decider. Not that I'm not certain that Chadwick Boseman will win, but if he just wins here, it will just be super locked. It will be padlocked, then put in a cage. Anthony Hopkins is definitely the runner-up. That being said, if there's one place that can pull a surprise, it is here. And Delroy Lindo and Riz Ahmed have got a lot of hype for their role. and I believe this is the place where they're most likely to win. I believe. I think Critics' Choice will probably go with Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Hopkins. SAG could be the ones who surprise us or maybe change how we feel at the Oscars. Maybe Delroy Lindo or Sam Myers could win. Maybe it's probably going to be Boseman, and if not Hopkins, but if there is going to be a surprise, watch out in this category. And then my number five, I've been a bit brave because I can sense the snub in ensemble cast. I've actually decided I'm not going to put Gary Oldman in my number five, but I'm going to put Stephen Yeun in my number five. Because if there's going to be a place where an actor's redeemed and given their final chance before the Oscars, it's probably at the SAG. And if there's any place it can happen, Stephen Yeun is here. Actress in the supporting role. I have Amanda Seyfried number one, like all the other places, but I actually do have Maria Bakalova at two because, like I said, if there's any place SAG can pull a surprise, it's here. And this could be like the Emily Blunt win, where, I mean, it's a bit different though, because in a way she has an even better chance than Emily Blunt, because like Emily Blunt had like no nominations nowhere, not even at like critic circles really. Mary Bakalova has critic circles. She's gonna get a Golden Globe. She probably get a Critics' Choice. I really can see her winning here, and if she wins here, this could be like her ticket to the Oscar. Number three and four, Olivia Colman and Ellen Burstyn. Uh, I don't think they're going to win at this point, if I'm being honest, but it's nice to see that they're going to probably get nominated. I hope that they do. I think both these performances are great. I'd actually say they're both better than Seyfried and Bakalova, but oh well, can't have everything in life. But I take comfort in knowing they're going to get nominated. And my number five is Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy, because it's between her and Yo Jung at this point. I mean, at the other places, I've usually put Yo Jung over Mira Bakalova, but I feel this is the one place Bakalova gets in, and maybe Yoon doesn't, so I put Glenn Close in. But Glenn Close is vulnerable here. She doesn't have to be number five. If she doesn't get nominated, if she gets snubbed, because it's not the worst thing in the world, then yeah, it's probably going to be Yo Jung, because like it's not going to be Saoirse Ronan and Anna Nicole Kidman in the prom. Like, just no, it will be her. It's not Glenn Close. Okay, because these are newer. Same thing I said in my Golden Globes video. I have a feeling that maybe Daniel Kaluuya at the first of award shows, due to screeners and the fact that Judas hasn't been able to gain the hype, he may have got nominated. So I have him at number four at the moment. So I have him at number four just to keep my odds at a sensible level, and I have Sacha Baron Cohen at number one. However, he is definitely the standout in Trial of Chicago 7, and because it's probably going to win Ensemble, it does give him a good chance of taking supporting actor. However, Leslie Odom Jr. is right there to take it from him in another strong ensemble film that's probably getting nominated. And then there's Paul Raci, who I believe if he gets this, it may be like the sign that this award season could go completely different and he could sweep, and maybe he'll win because, he has a good campaign going for him. He's a very nice, kind man in real life who's playing someone very similar to him in the film. He's very good in the film. It's his time, which the Oscars love. So it really could go in his favour. And then my number five, just purely out of like not knowing else to pick, I've gone with Frank Langella at the Trial of Chicago 7 because I believe it's between him and Mark Rylance, and I do feel like if it's going to be either of them, they're going to go with the veteran. I mean, I like them both equally. It'd be great if it was like Critics' Choice and there was six, so we could get them both in. But oh well, we just had to make do with it being Baron Cohen and Langella. So Stunt Ensemble, my obvious number one and the one that's most likely going to win is Tenet. Like Tenet's already the obvious one anyway because it's the biggest action film that came out last year. It was a film that tried to save cinemas. It made the most money, which isn't saying much at all, but still. And when you look into it and you learn what these stunt men had to do and women, it's insane. They had to learn how to fight backwards, like run backwards, just basically do things like literally in reverse of what they used to. It's just the one that's most deserved. Like, I know I'm making it sound so simple, but like I just don't understand how they can't give it to that. And I think they will, but if they don't, I'll be very upset. Like, I agree that Tenet's not a perfect film, but come on, Tenet. 2, 3, and 4 are Midnight Sky, Mulan, and Wonder Woman 1984 because they were all the biggest kind of action sci-fi films that came out, which they often nominate. Mulan and One Moon 1984 in particular are strong locks because they are literally pure fist fight action films. Most people have The Old Guard as like their fifth choice, but they always have that one weird snub, like last year, John Wick Chapter 3. Do you remember how mental people went over that? So I'm actually not going to go with that. And I've put Birds of Prey because that's probably the film next to Wonder Woman and Mulan with the most kind of fighting, gun work, and like the most kind of work that would have been done by a stunt coordinator and stunt men and women. That was it for this episode, ladies and gents. I've decided just to refilm the wrap up because it was just kind of ended and a bit naff, and I was like, I want to give you a proper send off. So that was my SAG predictions. Next thing you'll see will be 1st of February, my Oscars February edition, and then if all goes to plan, I will be filming my reactions to the Golden Globes and the SAG nominations, which I'm super excited for. It's finally all kicking off. I hope the start isn't bothering you all too much. I'm working on it, editing around it. It's been pretty tricky, but yeah, it's got to make do, you know. Anyway, until then, see you soon, ladies and gents.